Hello, friends. How are you doing? And in this live stream, we will talk about five important events that happened today, which is July 24th. And these are related to history, daily trivia, education, science, whole lot of different, variety of subjects. All right. So without wasting any further moment, let's bring up the first fact, which is about forming a city in the north of the US, and this was established by the French trader and soldier Anton de la Motte Cadillac, and he founded the city of Detroit. City of Detroit was founded by the French soldier and the trader, and obviously it had a lot of French connection initially, but later the city was renamed as Detroit. Now many people may not know about this small fact. Today Detroit is the bustling engineering town because most of the American cars, even Cadillac, which is the surname of this gentleman, is produced out of Detroit. So Ford, Cadillac, General Motors, all the major car manufacturers are operating from this city. And this is a brief history of Detroit. So I think this is a nice trivia for all of us to remember, especially for those who are the automobile buffs. It's a nice knowledge. All right, let's move on to the next one. So the question is, which country passes the first copyright law? This was done in 1793. And for those who do not know what is copyright, I'm sure everybody knows, but just to sanitize, copyright is that if you are creating some song or some intellectual content, then it should not be copied. So things like technology, things like your content, like your paintings, your music, and your inventions need not be copied, and you should be given due credit for whatever you have done. And that is what is covered under the copyright law. And believe it or not, the first country to implement the copyright law in the world in 1793 was France. It was not UK, it was not America, it was not China, it was not India, it was France. And they said, look, if you are inventing something, you should be given credit. You can actually patent your inventions or painting or your songs. Nobody should be allowed to copy it, and it should not happen that you are the inventor and somebody else comes in and makes money out of it. So in case you are the originator of that technology or the content or invention or equipment, you will always get the controlling right of that particular invention. And then there are some time limits are also defined in the copyright law. The France was the first country. So many people may not remember. They may remember that the copyright as a law exists in the world today in 2025. And it's a law which is applicable globally. For example, medicines. Some company invest a lot of money in doing research and development, and then and develop a formula, spend 15 years developing a cure, and then some other big company comes along and says that, look, I invented it because you and so I will produce the medicine. So things like that, and therefore the whole thing started in France way back in 1793. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now, this is such a surprising thing. There used to be a window tax. Window tax was hated. That means how many windows you can create in your house. And based on the number of windows, obviously you want your house to be ventilated, airy, and you should have a view. And in order to have all of this, you need a window in your living room, in your bedroom, etc. So back in the days, the king used to collect tax for having windows in your house. So if you have more windows, you will be charged more tax, higher tax. And if you have less windows, obviously you will be taxed less. And this particular tax was completely hated completely hated. So in the year 1851, this was abolished. Can you imagine, a king from United Kingdom thought about it and imposed a window tax on people when they are constructing their houses. They were limited. They were sort of stopped for creating windows in their houses. Otherwise, they will be penalized. And it's so absurd. People just hated it, and finally, it was removed in 1851. And can you imagine? Governments can impose any kind of tax, including how many windows you can have in your house. Nice trivia for us to remember. All right, let's move on to the next one. And this is about the Armani. We know Armani is a very big fashion house today. And obviously, Armani sounds like an Italian name. And Armani is also very popular for basically creating all kinds of stuff, starting from not only clothes, but also, things like bags, briefcases, bags, all kinds of stuff. And they are pretty popular, and they are a brand by itself. However, who founded Giorgio Armani? And by the way, this is not very old. This was established in 1975. So, Armani was established by Giorgio Armani. In fact, the full brand name is Giorgio Armani. And another gentleman, his name is Sergio Gallotti. Sergio Gallotti. These two guys created this company called Giorgio Armani. It's a fashion house, and they produce many things today. All right, let's move to the next one. Now, this is about Saving Private Ryan, blockbuster movie. I think you might have seen this movie. It's a movie which was about during the fag end of the Second World War, and there was a platoon which was sent to save Ryan, a soldier called Ryan. He was a private, and he was I'm not covering the story, but the lead was played by Tom Hanks. Amazing performance. And this is a pure war movie. A lot of things have been shown in this movie. Released in 1998. But do you know who directed it? It was Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is very popular for sci-fi genre. However, it will be surprising to know that a war movie was also directed by Steven Spielberg. And this is, I think, his second war movie. The first Holocaust movie was The Schindler List. So this one was also directed by Steven Spielberg. And if you know tomorrow that, and if somebody asks you who directed the Saving Private Ryan, it was the famous sci-fi director Steven Spielberg. All right. So we have come to the end of our trivia of the important events that happened today. Just in case, if you have any suggestions, any thoughts, any comments, any questions, use the comment section below to send in your comments. Thanks for joining me live, and I will catch you tomorrow again in the same program. Till then, have a nice time. Bye for now.